Why, hello there, my fellow merchants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Everwind. Episode 6. Arriving to trade, raid corn, and dungeon dive. How much power am I using? So I have 13 power left over. So the other thing I could do is I could, maybe after I do the trade, upgrade the speed max on the ship, and then add some more engines. But at this new height that we're able to attain, 700 and whatever it was blocks, 762, I should also have access to like some spicier threat locations. With that said, running around with a stone piece of garbage weapon is I'm gonna need some sort of upgrade for sure. Oh, the other thing I should bring on the island is my coin, because if I'm trading, it helps to have some buying power. Alright. In this post-apocalyptic world, or whatever it is, there's no licenses, so obviously crashing is no issue. The people... So, as I mentioned before, if you hit anyone, the whole town will aggro on you and try to murder you. I have had a few occasions where they drop aggro at some point, but it's certainly no guarantee. They also don't care if you steal stuff. So, like, I just stole bronze straight out of that box. Or pyrite straight out of that box. They don't care. I could also pick their locks if I wanted to, and steal their stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. So, let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Holding left shift, I can sell stuff to him. And he's out of coin. There's nothing I really want to buy from him yet. The reason for that is I really need a weapon. As much as I would like the bronze helmet and bronze gloves and bronze chest plate recipes, as you can see, the cost of those are more coin than I currently have available, so I'm going to hold off on that. Oops, I might have stolen your money. Let's go over to... So that's the town hall, and the town hall will have a quest for me, and they will pay for quest fulfillment. Dong. So that would be a good place to head. And then there's a weaponsmith here. And that's... Oh, that's my potion now. Supreme Tireless. Oh, and my wood. Yoink. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's see. This weapon here is enchanted. It has a burn effect, but it's daggers. I don't really want to fight with daggers. So I would like to buy... You know, I actually don't want to buy any of these. There's going to be other weapon vendors. So I'm just going to sell stuff to this person. So, stuff I'm willing to sell, stuff I want to keep. So I have about 1,000 coin. This is the Alchemist. The Alchemist is really important because if you ever mess up your build, there are respec potions, and every Alchemist will have one. And every town will have an Alchemist, which is this rainbow potion. It costs 1,000, which sounds like a lot, but like, as you play, 1,000 will be like a nothing burger to you. I'm actually going to buy their apprentice key, so that I have a key that opens up apprentice locks. And now I have over 1,000. Alright, I next want to go to the trade bazaar, and yes, I'm stealing their wood, because I'm shameless and don't care. It's also useful to note, upstairs, like, most of this stuff is locked, right? But, like, occasionally you'll find stuff not locked, and you can just take whatever you want. So, Here's like lockpicks, coins, you know, just whatever. I'm not trying to exploit everything, but yeah, here's a good example. This chest was not locked, and I could steal all of their stuff in it and then sell it back to them, and that's a useful way to make coin, I suppose. So I want to go over to the town hall to pick up a quest, and then I want to go over to the trade bazaar to sell more stuff. So this is like the trade bazaar, or that's what I'm going to call it. It has 4 different merchants in it. All these towns are like functionally laid out the same way. So you... And I'm coming over here just to make money. And now I have 1,700. So I have a lot more buying power. And I'm hoping that one of these guys have like a reasonable weapon for me to use. No, you got bows. Okay. I might need to go back to that weapon vendor that I didn't end up buying one of their weapons and just like settle for a weapon I'm not keen on using because I didn't see anything better. But let's go up to the town hall now and see what mission they have available as well. They want me to collect 24 corn. Okay, well these guys are idiots because corn should be growing somewhere on this island. Just like freely, because that's the type of crop that would generate on a forest tile like this. So we just need to find their cornfield and like loot 24 corn off of it and then hand it over to them. The other thing is these, be very careful opening up the crates, because if you hit a townsperson, everyone will freak the freak out and like attack you. But these things are chock full of loot. Same with the stack of barrels, chock full of loot. No one really cares if you break stuff down, as you can see. So this is another good way of stealing. If you're wondering, if you do this to the cabinets that are locked, you do not get the contents. You cannot axe your way open getting that stuff. It destroys the contents. So you can get the crate themselves, but you cannot get what was in them. So that's not a way to like unlock stuff. So yeah, got a lot more random junk as a result of doing this. And you can just, I mean, everything that's not nailed down, like I could steal their bell and sell it back to them. And then if you're wondering about the rewards for the corn, I would gain 675 experience from this, which is like a pretty tidy sum. So if the quests are convenient, do it. How much does, I could sell this bronze bell back to them for 1,000. That's fun, or 100 rather. It's funny. So here's an example. Like if I open this thing up, I get the wooden cabinet. I do not get what was inside the wooden cabinet. Right? I absolutely did not get the contents. So just letting you know, that is not like a clever trick. There's a lot of different ways to exploit in this game, but that's not one of them. Where's your cornfields, my dudes? Can you lockpick crates? Yes. Maybe this is anecdotal, maybe I'm wrong about this, but anecdotally I will say, I've noticed the crates that you can unlock in towns are worth a lot less than the ones that you can open in dungeons. So, given that picks and keys cost money, I almost never use them in town because they don't seem to be worth it. So I hopped back into my ship to try to look for a cornfield. They legit might not have a cornfield here. So I guess this request was real then? Oh, I can see some corn over here. There's corn growing around that, alright, around this courtyard. And I'm gonna see if I can't get seeds. So not all crops can be pulled for seeds. I'm not even sure corn can. I think it can. How much corn's in my food chest? Maybe enough. But, you know, if they want me to get corn, I'm going to take their corn. Mission complete. I already have enough corn. Oh, there we go. I got seed. So here we go. A corn sapling. Corn saplings can grow in forest farm soil at altitudes 1, 2, and 3. What that means is altitude 1, 2, and 3 is like altitude 0 to 1,000 up, 1,000 to 2,000 up, 2,000 to 3,000 up. Basically, corn is not fussy. So the way farming works is plants require water. They require a specific altitude, and they require a farming box to have the soil that they want to grow in. And if those conditions aren't met, the crop wilts. So if I grew dragon fruit, for instance, which is a desert crop, dragon fruit, if I recall correctly, only likes altitude 1, which means as soon as you exceed 1,000 units up, it starts to wilt and die. So not all crops can be grown at all altitudes. Just to let you know. And as you can see, this was a good experiment of the drop rate of saplings. So all that corn I got 52 corn and 4 saplings. But the reason to grow your own food is if you have a recipe that you want to cook, like corn fritters or something. It allows you to produce that in your own, you know, in your own ship, making it easier for you to cook what you want. All right, let's see. I need a weapon. Let's buy the copper longsword. It's the best weapon, the best looking weapon they have, and I don't have enough coin for it. I need just like a teeny bit more coin, but they don't have enough coin to sell me stuff. So I'm going to go over to the bazaar and sell some stuff to be able to buy the longsword. It's not what I wanted. It really is honestly overpriced, but it's like I'm desperate, so they get their asking price. Here we go. Collected coin. Got my experience. And every town will have like a mission board. When you complete your mission, you'll get a map marker indicator where you have to go to fill in the mission, so you don't have to remember where you need to go, and you have your mission queue here, so it keeps track. Because that was a big question I had, is like, okay, but let's say I get the corn. Will I have any idea where I need to go to hand it in? Now, with that said, if you are not close to where you need to go, it's going to low-key super suck to have to go searching all the way back to like wherever that location it wants you to go to. So if it's like thousands and thousands of units away, that's going to be a horrible trip. So it's, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, should have enough for the weapon. Where's the blacksmith again? Oh, right there. And I'm not too worried about the money I'm losing, because like one dungeon run and I would be able to make all my money back by like picking up stuff that's worth selling and forking it over. So here we go. We got a copper longsword +1. And that's not that much more damage than the one I had, but it's better by a little. I will demonstrate plant growing in just a second. So in order to do that, we'll need a wooden farm box. And for now, I'm just going to plant 1 corn because I don't want to like overinvest. So here's farm box. Then after we get the farm box, we need to put the right soil in, which is forest farm soil, which is dirt, bone meal, and water. Done. And then we put the sapling in. Done. I'm going to put the rest of the saplings in my this box, I guess. And then lastly, we need to water it with water. I don't have a bucket yet. Buckets are pretty cheap to make, so I should aim to get a bucket soon. But we just put water in our hands and water it. That's it. That's farming in a nutshell. And it will grow, and it will have like lightning bug type animation when it's ready to be harvested. Like it's glowing or something. Like it's a shiny Pokemon. I don't know. But there you go. All right, next up. Let's increase max speed. Because why not? So I need sticks. Oh, that's too many sticks. And we'll do engine. Just gonna line them all up because I'm not trying to make it aesthetically pleasing, at least not yet. And then, in order to take advantage of that 2 extra engines, I need to increase ship max speed, so I need a little bit of coin. So what I'm going to be doing is seeking out a dungeon. And that happens to be one straight ahead. Actually, I'm probably not going to be able to get the height for that. So maybe somewhere else, because I'm almost at max height. So this one, right down there, has a dungeon. So current priority is dungeon diving. Ooh, wow, time flies. I just realized how little time I have left. Damn! I'm gonna dungeon dive anyway. Right, little corn? Still too far. I'm trying to suss out where the dungeon might be. It's probably in that center tower. Whoop, that's not what I want to do. Oh, interestingly, the dungeon's like directly beneath me? Alright, turning off the generators. And tally-ho! Woo! Gold. 10. Yeah, this is the entrance. Sweet. That's the damage I'm talking about. Little 1- and 2-shot enemies again. Gold plates worth 30? I guess so. So I'm always looking for new blueprints, but trying to fill up our money gonna be nice. Oh, sweet. We've got a copper shovel there. Now that's another thing you could do. I highly advise when you start finding a bunch of like random copper tools, break them down in your processor. Because instead of having to go mine copper constantly... Oh, Jesus, you were a monster. Being able to break down, like, copper nails and copper tools for copper, or whatever, bronze, tin, iron, etc., is a great shortcut to be able to avoid having to do a lot of mining. Because the world's full of, like, tools and whatnot, and you can use it to your advantage. And I just picked up leather boots. Oh, that's a trap. Oh, that's an animal. Sorry, bud. You're just tasty. That's not worth much. I could show you the attack pattern of daggers, and it might become obvious why I do not like them quickly. It's hard to land good hits and not get clobbered, in other words. But they are fast. They do have that advantage. Now, keep in mind, of course, these are like low-tier daggers, so they're gonna be terrible for other reasons, too. Ooh, a key. Excuse you. I was really hoping to be able to find like a hidden section of a dungeon to show you what that looks like, but I haven't found one yet. Like a false wall type deal. Maybe I'll find one lower down. Rude. Leather helmet +1. That's not really a lot of money. One of the nice things about the price estimation skill that I picked up is like it allows you to not fill up your inventory full of trash. Because otherwise, not unless you have a really good memory, you won't necessarily know if it's worth grabbing or not. And your dungeon runs can be cut short because you end up full. Get parried. Get parried twice. Parry is great if you get good at it. I am not good at it, but if you do get good at it, you can really shut down enemies. Because it works against bosses. There's a bunch of talent points that like don't really work against bosses. And there's enchantments that don't work against bosses. So I would highly advise you finding a combat abilities and combat tactics that work against bosses, because the ones that don't, you'll like end up in a boss fight like those Ents, for instance, and just like get smoked by them if you're relying on like special anti-boss tactics. This is a big dungeon, probably the biggest we've gone so far. The higher up islands will have bigger ones. Yeah, I'm looting. Look at you using special abilities. Did that help you? No, it didn't. Cheers. Oh, I know there's a healing totem over there. So I'm not even going to bother blocking, because damage is temporary. And as I mentioned before, the palisades here hurt. You rub up against them, they'll like bleed you. So you can see my health really going down quickly, so you got to avoid those. Or the spike traps will give you bleeding damage over time. Reason I don't care is I'm healed. Like how I got a pattern for like crystal dust. Like I'd ever put my crystal in there. Alright, where were the stairs that went down? It's another use for the life detector. Is if you get lost in a dungeon and you don't know where you've already cleared, you can just pop the life detector and move towards body heat, right? Which is like this. Like, I don't know where to go, and then... Actually, that was not very helpful. I might actually be done. There's really not a lot of enemies left. Oh, yep, because this is the end of the dungeon, because it goes off to the edge. So that was a terrible example. It would have worked if there was dungeon left, but there wasn't. Rip. Yeah, it let me know that it was actually at the end. True. Because there's like a rat in the walls. But yeah, there's nothing left here. And that's why I always go for those engineering perks first. Because otherwise you're just like exploring blind, and that's not so good. What boots am I wearing? The cracked ones. Yeah, equipped. Alright, there we go. So yeah, the new blade made a pretty sizable difference, pretty noticeable difference. I was able to actually hack through things quick, which felt awesome. And I think I'll try for... What elevation am I? 400 blocks? I'll try for, one more dungeon before end of stream. Might not have time for it, but I'll go a little over time. Yeah, there's one. So as I was saying about grinder, if you don't like mining, and I don't like spending an enormous amount of my time like needlessly mining, you can just grind up copper tools that you find into the base resources and save yourself the time to, you know, from having to grind and mine the materials. I can't say I've been using my torch, so I'm just going to throw it out. Alright, my alchemy box is totally full. I'll just be lazy and this will be my overflow. So if we take a look here, like 20 copper already. That's not bad. We're just grinding up some tools I wasn't going to use. And the same can be done for, you know, anything of... Not everything can be ground up, so like this golden plate can't be ground up for gold. Essentially, if the things can't be made by you, there won't be a benefit grinding it up either. So because I can't make golden plates, it's not like one of those items you make. Same with like the chalices and goblets and, you know, things like that. Yeah, you won't be able to grind them up either. It kind of looks like this dungeon... I can see the edge of the dungeon. It's like poking out of the edge, which makes me think I'm not going to be able to... It's not like a complete dungeon with like a boss room. Some of the dungeons will have like a boss room and loot room. One thing I have not yet found, which kind of surprises me to be honest, is a special treasure chest, which are like bright yellow, glowing. They even make a noise, so you're like forced to see them. And they have much higher quality loot in them, and I haven't found one yet, which is weird, because I honestly really would have thought I would have found one by now. But nope, apparently not. So I'm going to skip a lot of this dungeon and just like start somewhere in the middle. So I'm aiming for this middle section here. No! I'm coming for you! Can you move? You know what? You don't need to move. Seriously, I don't have... I have planks. Much better. Oh, apparently we're in a swamp. We're in a different biome. I didn't know it because ouch, I wasn't up on the, ouch, stop, ow, Jesus. I wasn't up on the surface, but like this is a bog swamp biome, so there should be the ghost gas things, and you could, you know, more skulls. I've already been through one type like this, so there'll be a lot of skulls here too. But I must say it's a lot easier now that I have a... I mean, I was hoping for like a bronze weapon or something, but now that I have a slightly better weapon, we can blow through these enemies quickly. Yeah, there's copper. I'm lazy, so I'm gonna leave it. And I actually don't have a goal in mind for specifically the copper. What I was hoping to find is like a special loot chest. That's what I'm after, if I can find one. Because all my dungeon raids have ended prematurely due to not being completed dungeons, which is unfortunate. That noise was I was like low on stamina. Ooh, bronze helmet. That's an expensive recipe. Ooh, and bronze, and pyrite, wraith garb. Not bad. Because I'm after just like the... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think there's a boss room here, guys. Screw me. Ugh. Maybe, actually. Maybe. Not with a high level of confidence, but not with a confidence of 0. Can you pick up candles? You can. Ah, no! It's gonna be faster for me just to run back through. There actually might even be different sections I hadn't interacted with this way. Because the yellow super loot crates aren't always at the end. They can be throughout. They typically, at least anecdotally, I almost never find them at the start. But like middle sections of a dungeon, yeah, you could find them for sure. Ooh. Copper shield. It's not great, but it's better than the... Well, it's barely better than the plank piece of crap I had. But still technically better. I don't even use the shield. I have a two-hander. It's kind of moot. Nice! A better stamina ring. So now I have 16 bonus. And you know, if I had more time, I'd be a little bit more completionist with like opening everything and looting everything. But for this run, I'm just trying to search for the big loot. Oh, well, there's an empty crystal holder, so deprived of that reward at least. I'm not really sure which way is down, because the floor gets all broken up. At the very least, I'm just about to level up. So even disregarding the fact that I haven't had loot, this kill should level me? Yeah, there we go. And if you're wondering how I knew that, the experience bar is this yellow one at the bottom of the screen. So now I have access to overwhelming tier 2. And if I hadn't mentioned it already, the way this works is as I hit them and they block it, their stamina gets depleted, and then at the end, when they lose all their stamina, they become momentarily stunned. So the green bar above these enemies, and these enemies aren't strong enough for overwhelming to be effective, but I'm depleting their stamina as they tank hits. It's just, they die faster than their stamina gets depleted, so it's not an obvious benefit against these types of enemies, but if they were any stronger, it would certainly be helping me out. Where is down? Well, that's definitely down. Yeah, there might not be an end to this dungeon, given that there really isn't any lower sections lower than where I am now. Another way to check, which I could have done, is to see if there was like an elite at the end. So there is a lower section over this way, but I don't think there's an elite at the end, as far as I can tell. And if you really want to min-max your time spent, it's not a bad idea to, when you get to new islands that have dungeons, to just life sign scan it, because if there is like a boss at the end, you'll know it really, really, really quickly, and you'll know if the dungeon is worth your time or not. With that said, I did have a boss fight once that had terrain generation kind of like this, where it was all broken up, and the boss like fell off the map, and then immediately I lost any benefit of killing him because he essentially despawned by falling into the ocean like 1,000 units below. So just keep that in mind as well. Even if you have a boss room, you can still be deprived of the boss loot if they just like seppuku, jump, and YOLO, and you won't get anything as a result. But yeah, this is the end of the said dungeon, so back to the ship I go. Still, all in all, good run. I mean, I didn't die. I got some loot. And filled up my coin and whatnot. And I'm gonna point myself to another dungeon, because there's one straight ahead that I've yet to explore. Unexplored with dungeon. Well, this is where I'm going to leave off for at least today. Thank you for tuning in to Everwind, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has linked to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow explorers.